Hey guys, this is Red Silvers, and welcome back to Let's Play The Guardian Legend. Before I head into Area 9 here, I want to just go into my sub-screen for a minute to show off the shield section up there. As you can see, I have 7 shields, and that's my initial shield that I started with and 6 pickups. And I'll point out why I'm mentioning that in a bit here. Now, even our basic generic enemies are going to start getting a little tricky here. These spider-like slimes we've been fighting through the whole game are now really fast. And even these guys take a few hits. So they are beefing up things a little bit here. For this, I always thought of this area as like a wasteland. And I kind of picture this area being open to the sky a little bit, and I'll mention why, if those craters aren't enough to influence you. Here's this guy that we pointed out last time, that summons these little slimes. And even they have a lot of the hit points and can tank things a little bit. And here is all of the bouncy balls in the world. So we're going to work our way over this way. And this is why I think this area is exposed to the sky, is that we actually get meteors like we did in the corridors. And as you can see, those meteors are guarding a blue lander, which we'll pick up to increase our health unit to 20. I'm going to try and ignore these bouncy balls. And they hurt a lot. You've got max defense, the game's going to throw stuff at you. Seal 9 can be removed by standing on the gate. So I don't know if you'd really call all these locks puzzles, because none of them are really complicated. I think the worst one is the one that's go ask the lander for help. But that's okay. It doesn't need to be all super obtuse. I think these red guys are pretty tanky, though. Now, up here, there's actually a... Let's get rid of these guys. Drop me some help, please. I'll take chips. Anyway, what there was on that screen there was a defense item. But it doesn't actually count towards our total, because we're actually maxed out. So, you can only the first 6 pickups you pick up there will count. So, over here we have a mini-boss, and I could totally ignore this guy, but I'm not going to do that. But it's Mr. Grumpy Face that we fought a bunch of times. And he's still a huge jerk. And defeating him, we get another front wave item. But again, that's maxed out at level 3, so we'll pick it up for a small health boost. And here we have his blue cousins, which I'm going to go ahead and ignore. And we're pretty low on health here, so I'm actually going to fight my urge to go straight into the corridor there. Oh god, there's more of these guys. And here in the bouncy ball room, this is a great room. Depending on what my item here is. You know, let's farm those guys for a second. That's not a bad option. Anyway, here we have a red lander, and that's going to increase us to 4,000 chips, which is our max. So now, let's ignore those guys. Now we can head into the corridor. We're in pretty good shape. And remember, Area 8 was the eyeball zone, so what's Area 9 going to be? It is the Skull Zone. And these skulls are kind of... they're really simple enemies that do try to track you. Not quite as creepy as the eyeball zone, in my opinion. And our repeller weapon's pretty much going to be one of our go-to weapons for the rest of the game, just because of how obscenely powerful it is. And you also see now there's these dragon skulls that come to life. And this is where you may have to dig out enemy erasers to deal with projectiles. Just in general, this is where the game's going to start really throwing projectiles at you like crazy, and I missed a heart. So, don't be afraid to farm stuff, although the enemy eraser's not going to kill those. You know what, our laser worked really well for projectiles too. So, I'm gonna find out a better way to deal with those giant ice cube guys. Our laser's working pretty good against these guys, and we even got some free enemy erasers. Just in time for boss time. And it's another bombardier. So, we've seen this guy's tricks. And as it happens, this version of him is very simple. We're not going to get any brand new tricks. Let's not deal with that one, though. So the boss is definitely easier than the corridor in this case. And good for that, because you know what, after the 2 Grim Grins, we needed an easy boss. And we pretty much can't die to him. He's not gonna be doing enough damage to us unless I were to play like a drunken crab. So we'll be just fine. If a little time consuming. I love when you hit all of his bullets before he even fires them. What the hell, I'm gonna stay right there and fire at him anyway. He doesn't do nearly the collision damage that he did in his previous incarnation. Whether or not that's just because of my defense boost, or if it's just because he's just that weak. Either way, that's Red Bombardier down. And now you see where they're going to kind of throw things off a little bit. Because our reward is another defense boost that doesn't actually do anything for us. And furthermore, there's not another save room in this area, so we actually have to go all the way back. So, the majority of the items we picked up didn't do anything. We got a red and a blue lander, but everything else we picked up is extraneous. And I guess that means that somewhere you could bypass some and not have to worry about it. And I guess that'd be an interesting thought, is what's the bare minimum that you would pick up and still be completely topped off at the end of the game. Anyway, here we are, right back where we started, in a big circle. Let's go ahead and get our weapon to no use. And there's our terrible password. So next time we'll explore the rest of Area 9. And I'll probably just start off at the corridor room just to speed things along. but pretty much almost to the home stretch now. So until then, this has been Red Silvers, and have yourself a good night.